Hey guys, what is up? It's Monkazunky and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So let's go ahead and get started here. I have done a little bit of leveling up off of camera. I did get up to 2 attunement slots. I think I leveled up my attunement twice. So I now have fireballs and fire orbs. So we will be able to use a little bit of pyromancy in the future, and maybe I'll get this pyromancer's flame upgraded. But in the next area that we're going to, pyromancy is not going to be all that useful, and that's because we're going to be headed to the old Iron Keep. Or I guess it's just called the Iron Keep. You'll see why I called that in a bit if we get to the second boss of this area. This is an area with 2 bosses in it, and I guess it is the 3rd area in the game with 2 bosses in it. I think I was talking about in the last episode. Oh, there's only 2 areas in the game. Ooh, no, I don't want to summon that guy. You can summon him, or I guess her, probably him, and he will invade you if you want to like do some PvP, which I haven't done a whole lot of. I've been invaded a couple times. But they're like at really low levels, so the invaders just weren't very dangerous and didn't pose much of a threat. Oh good. Okay, so these enemies, my stamina ran out very quickly there. These enemies are great to fight if you have a mace, because your mace just like tears right through their armor, and they're very easy to kill. So all in all, usually there's like summon signs around this area. I'm not seeing any at the moment. It would be cool to summon just so we can you know, move through this area a lot faster. The boss in this area also, ooh, we just picked up a black steel katana. That's a weapon I've always kind of wanted to try out, so I might try upgrading this thing. And you do need 25 dexterity in order to use it properly, but it does like a load of fire damage, it looks like. And it is a thrusting weapon. I very well might try leveling up dexterity a bit, because we're already at like 14, or I mean we're already around 20-ish dexterity, so it wouldn't take that long to get up to be able to use this black steel katana. I'm probably going to try that out eventually at some point, just because I've heard this weapon is really good. And it is kind of a rare drop. I think I've eventually had it at like every single time I've played through a Dark Souls 2 run, but I typically farm this area a little bit because these guys drop like 500 souls each and they're incredibly easy to kill. Can I hit him from down here? No? Okay, I was just trying to like maybe draw his attention so I don't have 2 running at me at once. Okay, I only have 1 dude running at me. These guys are super easy, but you just don't want 2 of them at you at once, like with most enemies in the game. You can get overwhelmed, and if you do get overwhelmed, it's not the best thing in the world, I'll just say that. Okay, so I will kill this guy here, and then I'll show you guys the secret. Well, there is an item under there. There's fire. The fire will kill you very quickly, unless you have like some sort of fire protection, so you can like buy items that increase your fire defense if you want to grab that. Or later on in the area, you can turn off the fire. So there's a dude here. We need some more souls though, so I'm gonna see what kind of soul items I have. We'll pop this Soul of a Proud Knight here. That's 2,000. I need a few more. I'll pop 1 Soul of a Brave Warrior. I don't want to use all my souls in case I like fall off a ledge and die, which is very possible to happen here, but we'll talk to this guy. And we have to spend 10,000 souls at this guy's shop. Now unfortunately this guy will not go back to town, even if you spend a bunch of souls at his shop. Curse Bite Ring, that's not very useful. It does increase curse resistance though, if you're into that. But yeah, you just need to spend 10,000 souls here in some form. I typically buy a Fragrant Branch of Yore because there's a couple places in the game where you can use them, and then you can just buy 2 Charcoal Pine Resins, which you can use on boss fights and stuff like that. But this is fire damage, and this whole area is fire, and I think all the enemies in this area are fairly resistant to fire, so it's not very useful here. But after you spend 10,000 souls, you can talk to him, and he'll give you the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring +1. And if you equip that, what it does, we'll swap it out for the old Leo Ring because I'm not using a thrusting weapon right now, and the old Leo Ring is not very handy, but what we can do is equip that, and that means enemies are more likely to drop items. And I don't know how useful that is. I mean, I think it's probably better just to go with the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring, which means we'll get more souls for killing enemies, so I think I'm just going to stick with that for now, because I'd rather have the extra souls. See, we get 770 souls for killing these guys now. It's ridiculous how much souls you get. So these guys are actually like really profitable to kill. There's also an illusionary wall right here. And I'm glad that they put the message here, because a lot of times people will put the message right in front of the wall and you have to press A to open up the wall. So it makes it kind of hard for you to open up the wall that way. And we can also fire this ballista, and it'll hit this guy right in the back. I don't think we can hit him again. Yeah, it fires up too high. But I thought that guy was going to be aggroed on us. I guess not. There's 3 enemies here, and so you do want to like take at least one of them out fairly quickly so that you're not going 3v1, because 3v1 obviously can get quite dangerous quite quickly. I need to get my shield up. Really nice having a 100% block shield, and if you can just get a hit off, you can stun these guys, so they won't be able to hit you as easily. Their katanas do quite a bit of damage. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's the struggle with fighting multiple foes at once, and while I was trying to avoid it. Because these guys, as easy as they are, like, it's pretty much impossible to die one-on-one. If they alternate their attacks, like just happen there, like one attacks and then the other one attacks, it's very, very difficult to get hits off. And I remember them being extremely, extremely resistant to pyromancy as well, so I don't really have any ranged attacks that can deal with them. I'll try pyromancy. I'm guessing they're resistant to pyromancy just because this is like a lava area, and typically how this game works is if you fight in an area with like a bunch of fire, everything's like really resistant to fire. That's just how it goes, but we'll try it. Yeah, see, like pyromancy just does not do much damage, so we just have to be more careful, I guess. And I guess they're called Alone Knights because they're dropping pieces of the Alone Knight armor. So we'll try to, you know, draw out these guys one-on-one and fight them one at a time, which is usually easier said than done. Or you can just like kind of rush one sometimes. Oh, this is bad. This could very well lead to another death, and then me actually going hollow. Okay, we had one run away. I'll just have to take this area slowly and carefully. And a lot of times there will be summons in this area, and that's a reason why I like using summons so much here. Yeah, it's kind of a cop-out, but at the same time, you know, there's so many knights that they can very easily overwhelm you. Probably another piece of the Alone Knight set. So we could look exactly like one of these guys if we wanted to pretty soon here. Let's drink up with some Estus. And I did upgrade my Estus flask again at the end of last episode, so I'm up to, I think, 9 now. Yeah, so we have quite a few Estus. Still haven't had very many Sublime Bone Dust, but we will get more from some of the later on bosses in the game. We will eventually get up to Estus Flask +4 is like the goal. Because I think there's one of the Sublime Bone Dust that I'm going to be skipping. I'm going to walk around, and the more of these guys that I kill, the more souls I get, so it's not even a bad thing killing them, because they do drop like a ton of souls, so 770 or something like that, so yeah, so it's not a bad thing if you have to kill extra Alone Knights. Oh, whoa, I was not expecting you to come up here. Okay, well, we'll take him out. Also, some of these guys will be archers, and that'll be annoying in the next area. Nothing we can't deal with, though, so we'll get through it, but just keep in mind, when you come out into this area, there's going to be archers, like, taking shots at you, so. And they do a lot of damage if they hit you, and typically their arrows will, like, stagger and stuff like that, too. We will have archers. You can see some, like, up in the distance aggroed onto us, so it would be really cool if I could see some summon signs, and I am, like, a low enough level where you'd expect that to be the case, because normally I'm, like, way too overleveled for every single area, and I never see summon signs. Okay, so we got staggered by that arrow, otherwise that guy would have been dead. The boss of this area is optional. Oh, come on, son. I'm just trying to pull this lever. Okay, this might be one of those times where we just get arrows constantly and we're not able to pull the lever. I have had that happen before, where the two guys that shoot at you just, like, time their shots perfectly, so it makes it impossible to pull the lever, which is really bad because you need to pull it to get to the boss. But we can run up here now. You can just kill these guys, so you don't have to deal with their crap, which I would recommend. First, we're going to come down here, and we'll probably, like, rest at the bonfire before killing the boss or something like that, or maybe I'll find a cool summon. There is an NPC summon in this area, and they are okay at best. They're not great, but they're okay. Pretty good for the boss, a pretty nice distraction to take the boss, so you can take out the boss yourself. So I'll probably be using the NPC. But we can come up here, this guy will take a shot, and then we'll be able to hit him. And okay, I was going to say these guys typically take 3 hits. Watch out for that guy, but he doesn't have a bow, so he's not that big of a deal. We can open up this chest here, and this is going to give us a... what is it? A life ring +1 and some twinkling titanite. I don't remember what the life ring does. I think that's just extra health. Yeah, it raises maximum HP by a little bit. So if you're into that, I mean, it's a decent ring at best. It's not like the greatest thing of all time. I thought there was like 2 archers up here. I guess there is one at the very top. So yeah, you gotta watch out for him. But now that we pulled that lever over there, the bridge is going to be lowered, which means we can run across it. But don't do that immediately. First of all, you want to get this guy's aggro. Because if you just run across the bridge and fight this guy, you can easily get staggered by an arrow and then he can knock you off. So that you don't just want to immediately make a run for it. That's typically a very bad idea. But now that we have lowered the bridge, you can run to the other side, and there is a summon sign there, but that is... I think this is the NPC, yeah. Normally you will see, like, especially gold summon signs, which is people in the Sunbro cult, but I haven't seen any so far. We'll summon this NPC eventually, but first of all, we want to get over to the other side here. I have failed that jump a few times, so it's really good to not fail it this time. I don't know why there's so many bloodstains around here. This isn't a mimic chest or anything like that, but we will pop it open and we'll get the Zweihander, which is I think a really famous sword from the original Dark Souls. Not too many people use it now. I am really glad I made that jump. Like, I thought it was done for sure there. We also get the Dull Ember key, which is... it's not actually a key, I don't think. You just bring it to the blacksmith, and, well, I'll show you eventually. But you bring it to a blacksmith, and then he allows you to, like, make a better weapon or something like that. Alright, well, we'll just knock that guy off the edge. That's one way to deal with them. And they give a lot of souls per kill. That's pretty nice. Alright, I'll jump off here. And now it's time to go fight the boss, I guess. I'll try to lower the bridge first. There's a lever somewhere around here. I can't quite remember, but it's probably a really good idea to lower the bridge before we just immediately head into the boss fight here, because this is the boss fight of the area right in front of us. So we can drop down. I don't think there's any enemies on this platform, or if there are, I mean, we may be in trouble. But the bridge will now lower, so we can go from side to side. Front, back, side, side. Front, back. Yeah, anyway. Drop down here, and there's also going to be a switch that you can pull. You pull this switch, it turns off the fire inside this large, whatever you would call it, furnace. So you can walk through the furnace, and that's why I said this boss fight right here is optional. You can just go through this furnace here, and you don't even have to fight the boss if you don't feel like fighting him. If you're into that sort of thing. I would much rather fight the boss because it makes the coming up part a lot easier. You get a bonfire after defeating the boss, and if you don't defeat the boss, you don't get a bonfire, and it's just, you have to go, if you die, which I would say there's a very high chance of death in the next area, just because there's a lot of ledges that are very easy to fall off, and a lot of archers that are very eager to knock you off of the ledges. Death is definitely a high risk. So, to avoid that, it's best to defeat this boss, and then you can move on into the next area without just getting immediately destroyed. So we'll summon Lucatiel. I guess I'll put some sort of resin on my weapon. You really do not want to be using charcoal because fire damage just does nothing. I have poison, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't have any, like, aromatic ooze or the lightning pine resin, so I'm just going to use poison, I guess. And I don't know how that's going to work against this boss, but we'll try it. So I've never lost against this boss before, other than as a summon, because, well, I've been a summon for this boss before, and I've, you know, just gotten destroyed by him, because typically when I'm a summon, I'll take a lot more risks. And, yeah, I'll just be a lot less cautious as a summon. But, actually, fighting this boss the normal way, I've never died here before, so hopefully this isn't too bad. I was just waiting for him to get aggro on Lucatiel here. And then we can come in with our poison mace and miss. And then Estus up. Oh, that's going to hurt if he hit me, but he didn't. So it's all good. I am, like, really low on life gems as well. Okay, back off. Because he's going to explode. I thought he was going to. Okay, no, he just gets more fire. So this guy does a lot of fire damage if you come close to him. He also does an attack where sometimes when he like sticks his sword in the ground like that, he'll explode with fire. Oh, this is not going well so far. We need to start getting damage off on this guy like immediately, or this fight is like Lucatiel's already half dead. So This fight is not going to go well unless we start getting some damage off immediately. But I don't know the boss's patterns very well, so I'm just trying to like stay a bit cautious. He is going to hit Lucatiel a few times. Oh, he's going to stab her. That's going to hurt. Yeah, the fire attack. I have a really hard time discerning between like when he's going to explode with fire and when he's not. Sometimes he stabs his sword in the ground and sometimes it explodes with fire, and sometimes he just doesn't do it. And I really don't know what sort of factors change that or not. But okay, he's going to go for me now, so hopefully Lucatiel gets some hits. Oh, that's going to hurt. Yeah. Maybe I should have like done a practice run with this boss as a summon or something before just like jumping into it. And remember, we are short a couple Estus because of goofing up earlier on you know, some of those archers and guys. Just roll through that. Oh, I thought I was going to roll through both, but completely failed. So he's going after Lucatiel again, so we should be able to get some hits in on the back. And I have like the absolute base strength requirement for this mace, which means I'm not doing very much damage with it. That's one thing to keep in mind. I don't think the extra poison did much with the mace at all. Just dodge through that. Okay, I think he's going to explode with fire. Never mind. Sometimes he stabs his sword in the ground, sometimes he explodes with fire, sometimes he does not. One interesting thing is, after you beat this boss, oh man, that's gonna hurt real bad. Okay, you need to get on Lucatiel. Good boy. I'm gonna be out of health now. After you beat this boss, if we beat him, that is, you will be able to actually go into this boss room again and fight a different boss, which I think I will show off. So we win against the Smelter Demon. That was a really rough fight, to be honest, and that's not a very good example of how you want to fight the Smelter Demon, but overall, super easy boss fight, and it doesn't really pose much of a challenge. So, as you saw there, I'm using a really low damage weapon and didn't really know what I was doing and still beat the boss fairly easily. So, I think you have to teleport out of the area and then come back, but we will take an opportunity here to quickly go back to Majula. And then the next time you return to this area, there's going to be a different boss in here, and he'll drop a pretty good item. So we'll try a fight against him, the new boss that's going to appear in that area. And we may win, we may completely fail, I'm not really sure yet. But we're really quickly, I'm going to take an opportunity here to pop a couple souls. One thing is you can use the Smelter Demon Soul to make a pretty cool two-handed sword. It's one of the few boss souls in the game that actually makes a decent weapon. I'm not going to, but that is one option. There's not very many boss souls in the game that make good weapons. Most of the boss weapons in the game are really unique, but have like very low damage, which I don't really understand. Like, I guess, you know, it would be kind of cheap if you could just kill any boss in the game and get like a amazing super powered weapon, but whatever. I'm also going to see what it takes to upgrade this black steel katana, because we now have the stat requirements in order to wield it. So I'm going to check out what we need in order to upgrade it. So let's go to reinforce. It looks like we can, yeah, upgrade it with just regular Titanite shards, which is awesome. So we need 3 Titanite shards to bring it to +3. And this should be an upgrade over the rapier, because it is a thrusting weapon, so it should do like extra thrust damage. Oh, I also have to repair my Ring of Life Protection. So I probably won't have enough souls to, you know, make this katana any good. But I will buy 3 extra Titanite shards from this lady. And she's not at the stage yet where she sells like extra equipment, but eventually, at some point in the game, she'll get to the stage where she sells unlimited Titanite shards and also higher tiers of Titanite shards. I think you have to progress farther into the story before that happens, though. Looks like we can get one more upgrade on this black steel katana, so it's now at +3. So it does like 123 base damage. I don't know, I guess that's okay. I've heard the weapon is really good. I personally have never tried it before, and I kind of wanted to try it, so we'll test it out here. Yeah. Yeah. That is a really long wind-up attack for the power attacks. So maybe the moveset is a little bit better when two-handing the weapon. Alright, well, we'll try it out for a little bit, see how it goes. Let's go back to the Iron Keep, the second boss area, and we will go back into the boss room here, and there should be a fight against the Pursuer ready for us. Now, I'm really bad at the Pursuer fight because literally every time I fought him, I do somewhat know how to dodge his attacks, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, pretty much every single time I fought this boss, I've always fought him using the ballistas or using friendly summons. And I've never really fought him just like one-on-one before. So I don't know his attack patterns that well. Like, I can dodge them, but I'm not great at it. But we'll try it. We'll try it. I don't think you can bring Lucatiel into this fight, so I think it's just going to be 1v1. If I die, which is a high possibility, I will just spawn right back at that bonfire, so it shouldn't be the biggest deal. I'm waiting for him to do his 3-hit combo, because I do know how to dodge that. That's the 3-hit combo, and we'll get like 1 hit off on him. Okay, there's the 2 hits. He does do his shield bash as well. The main thing you want to watch out for is when he tries to curse you, which is when his sword turns blue, like that. So right now I'm just kind of like trying to scout out his moves a little bit, and you know, then should be able to get some safe hits off on this guy. It is really hard to heal because he attacks fairly quickly. There we go, perfectly dodged. I don't have enough stamina to really do this fight all that well. It probably would have been a lot better to like pop a green blossom or something before this fight. Alright, so I could, I guess, try the Black Steel Katana against this guy. Oh, the Shield Bash breaks all your stamina, so that one's really annoying. We could also try Pyromancy, which I think I'm going to do here. Oh no! The Archer is in this fight as well! There's no fog wall. This is bad. This is bad. This is very bad. This is going to end poorly, most likely. Oh man. I do know that you get a pretty good ring for killing the Pursuer, so yeah, the Pyromancy does a lot more damage than my mace was doing, so this is probably the way to go. I'm just hoping this Archer doesn't become too much of a... Oh no, the Archer has a sword as well. We're gonna have to get out of here because this is like almost guaranteed death with that stupid Archer in the way. We'll rest at the bonfire again. I'll probably have to come back the other way and kill the Archer before we actually try this boss fight, because I'm just going to get destroyed if I try to do this with both the Archer, with his lightning sword, I may add, targeting me. These guys do have lightning swords, which hurt a lot, so I'd recommend not getting hit by them. And they drop a decent amount of souls when killed, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. Let's try to get the backstab on this guy. He turned around and got wise, though. So yeah, I will have to like come through this area really quickly again, but hopefully that's not too much of a big deal. And then we'll try the Pursuer fight again, one-on-one, the way it should be. Doing a fair fight here, probably. Oh, another Black Steel Katana. Alright. Which is going to be our weapon of choice here in the future, once I upgrade it a little bit, and once it actually becomes good. We will be using this Black Steel Katana. Oh no, there's 2 of them. Never a good thing. 2 power attacks. Oh, I missed him. Thought I got my shield up for that. I guess the game had other ideas. I'm not gonna like bother like going and killing every single Archer. I'm just mainly looking to kill the Archer outside this boss fight. And hey, Lucatiel is actually back. Okay, so we will summon Lucatiel. I did not know that you could use Lucatiel for this Pursuer fight, but I guess you can. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But when it's 2v1 versus the Pursuer, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Alright. So I will switch to the Pyromancy here. And now there's a fog gate. That would have been handy to have earlier. Let's go. Let's do this. The fog gate may keep Lucatiel from entering this boss fight. That's also possible. Yeah. She returned to her world, so this means this is a boss fight. I guess you have to do one-on-one or have to do with friendly summons, like other people. That could have been really dangerous. And I like how the door actually stays open. So this is made so that I guess that Archer that's standing right outside the doorway can come in here. if you come in through the bonfire way. So that just like adds an extra element of difficulty to the fight. On that third swing of the combo, typically what you want to do is dive towards him, because if you try to dive back, his sword is pretty long, so sometimes you can still get hit by that. There we go. The 3-hit combo, super easy to dodge. Just waiting for my stamina to regen away. Okay, we're out of fire orbs. I'll see how much damage the regular fireball does, but it probably won't be a whole lot. Yeah, we're probably better off just using the mace here. And I am using the mace because this is an armored enemy. Although I guess we could try the katana. We'll try it. I don't have the old Leo ring equipped though, so it's probably not going to be like the best damage in the world. Yeah, 73, that's terrible. So mace is going to be the way to go. Mace or the regular fireballs. 163 damage. That's like over twice as much as the katana did. Just get one hit off with all of his regular combos, and then the 3-hit combo I think you can probably get like a power attack off. My stamina is bad right now, so just back off a little bit. I'm going to take this fight like really slowly and really carefully just because I really don't want to have to do this again, to be honest with you. Yet again, I forgot to pop a green vine blossom. We should be fine. Like, it's easy to dodge this guy if you're just patient with it, which is admittedly, you know, one of the things I struggle with by far the most in this game is just patience. I'm not very good with patience. I don't like being patient. I would rather just like go in and wail the bosses if I could, but if you do that, you usually die, so it's not the best idea. He's like half dead, and we've been hit like one time though, so... Oh, I thought he was going to go for a third attack. As long as we were just careful, you know, this guy should go down no problem. And then he drops a very powerful ring, which is actually just a direct upgrade to one of the rings I have already right now, so... It's funny, because I fought this guy on New Game Plus the other day, and I'm like a caster. What New Game Plus, by the way, is when you're on your second playthrough of the game, so all the bosses like have more health and do more damage to you. And all the regular mobs, I think, do more damage, but also drop more souls. Yeah, there's a lot of changes to it. So I was fighting this guy as a caster. Don't die to that. Oh, thank goodness. That could have been really bad. And this guy is really hard as a caster if you don't have... There's like rings and stuff that you can use in this game that increase your casting speed, so you can cast spells faster. Without equipment like that, this guy is really hard because... Oh, I completely miffed there. I have never seen that, like, jabbing attack before. But, yeah, this guy's really hard because spells take longer to cast than it takes to swing your sword, right? So it's just, like, really difficult to get damaging attacks off, and I died, like, 3 times in a row to the Pursuer in the Force of Forgotten Giants, like, the first place you fight him, and I was, like, really, really sad about that. But I'm going through, like, New Game Plus on this game on a different character. And hopefully it's going to be fun, but definitely a lot more difficult. Just do your 3-hit combo, and we can get a power attack in, or a shield bash, that's fine. As long as you dodge that shield bash. Having all your stamina drained is not exactly what I would call a fun time. There we go. We can get a power attack in, boom. He's like 3/5 dead now, I would say, roughly. I can't believe we're using like a base damage mace, which is, I think I upgraded to +4, +5, so it's not, you know, a terrible weapon, but for this stage in the game, I'm surprised we're still using it. I'll just say that. Gonna dodge through that. And we'll probably get to the next Great Soul boss in the game pretty soon. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. There is a Great Soul boss at the end of this area. Oh, I really don't want to die here. I really don't want to die. Okay, we'll take an opportunity to Estus. There we go. Dodge back because of his curse attack. Things are kind of like falling apart here. The first half of the fight went great, like barely took any damage. And now, the damage is starting. Get a hit in here. This might be a bad idea because I'm low on stamina. I do keep the shield up, and I still try to dodge roll out of the way, and that just means that if I dodge too early, we should be completely fine. Okay, he needs like maybe 5 or 6 more hits, and then this guy's down, so I really want to get through this fight as fast as possible. I really want this ring that he drops at the end, because it's really good. I'm not going to risk it with that attack. I'm not going to risk it with that attack either. The 2-hit combo is just too scary. I don't know the moves on that very well. We only have 2 Estus left, so it's probably a good idea to stay super cautious here. That curse attack, if it hits you, you lose your humanity, so you probably want to avoid that. I'm going to risk it. Get a hit in. That was probably smart. Get another hit in. I have no stamina. I still went for it. Maybe bad idea, but he went for the stab, so we're completely fine. I'm like so scared that this fight is not going to work out just because, you know, it takes a lot of dodging to do this fight appropriately. And if I do this, this means I'm like an actual Dark Souls 2 player, so I guess that's a positive. There we go. He's down. Finally. That was like a 5-minute fight, but we get the Ring of Blades +1. I thought this was the Ring of Blades +2, in fact. Whatever. It increases our physical attacks, so that's pretty good. And it increases a little bit more than the old Ring of Blades, which you get from killing the original Pursuer in the Forest of Fallen Giants. And I think after that harrowing experience, we're going to be done for this episode. So I got a slight ring upgrade. We killed... we got a decent amount of souls from that Pursuer fight. It's not worth doing for the souls by any stretch of the imagination, that's for sure. But we got some. And yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for this episode, I guess. In the next episode, we're going to be going after the next great soul boss in the game. So we'll have, providing we beat him in the next episode, we'll have 2 out of 4 great souls done, which is, I think, a really awesome progress to be made. But anyway, I'll see you guys then. Until then, farewell.